Before I got involved in the stock market game, I had like a basic knowledge about the stock market, but with this game, I think it was a great experience because I could get in deep and learn more about it. Where me and my group and all of us learned like how to check on specific stocks and keep track on it so we could buy it.
I think the stock market game is a great experience for us to show our leadership in group discussion and to our personal decision on how to choose the right bond to buy and install.
Ask my uncle about it because he's quite an expert with this, and he taught me a lot from this because I've never seen a real live kind of stock market game before, and he taught me on how to do some research about all these stocks.
I did discuss this with my parents because my mom is into stock market and my dad is a businessman. So my mom said I should do more research about the stock markets and also watch the news where which one is rising up the rate. We bought this stock. We thought that this is the one that we needed, but apparently it was a whole different thing. That's why our profit came into loss.
Since the stock market game is my first experience in having deciding on what stocks to buy and even looking at stock market is really new for me. So I find that this experience was really intriguing because I've never engaged in such event where I have to observe specific stock, seeing its past, present, and seeing how it goes, how it fluctuates. What I've learned is that how I can make observations and make decisions on what to buy, and the stock market itself is what I've learned.
I've learned that to invest in a stock, one has to research deeply into how the stock performs in the past to know what the progress it has been through and what it will or it might have gone and might be going through in the future. For example, one of the stocks, well, most of my stocks I usually check the 6-month period instead of the 1-week period of the growth. So that way I know whether the stock is going to increase or is going to fall. The first company I invested in was BGC Brothers. It was, I think it's a technology company. The reason why I invested in it is because one stock is, at the time, was $9.45. So, and I looked at the graph, it was increasing, so I just bought, first I just bought 100 of them, and then I bought medical stocks, medical equipment, which is Sono, S-O-N-O. But then I got some input from my friends and family, and I decided to buy China stocks, which is Baidu, which is a search engine in China, almost equivalent to Google, and that stock really performed. I bought it at $99 and it rose to $140. So
wow,
that's a stock that really brought us up through the ranks, and yeah.
During the stock market game, we thought, and we do gain experience by reading a lot of the news from maybe Wall Street journals, and we also discussed how to buy stocks with our parents, our friends. So it was a great experience not only for our future, also for our college, our major.
It's a good experience. So if we want to try this with our own money someday, we already have experienced it now, so we know we have a better idea of what you have to do and how you have to work it, what you have to look at, so that if you put your own money into a stock, you won't lose it all right away maybe, but you have a better idea of what to do.
I learned that we should not solely believe on the statistics, and we should also gain outside experience, outside knowledge in order to invest in appropriate companies so that you can gain a lot of profit. And therefore, it gave me a real life experience rather than just studying books. I gave at least 1 hour each day to see whether the companies which I'm investing are appropriate or not.
I spent about 30 minutes before I bought the stock so that I would research and compare the different company stock, so which would be great for us.
Yeah, we both did, because like before the game started, we have no experience into stock market. So I asked my dad for some advice, like which company is better to invest in and which is better chance to gain profits from. So
yeah, I talked to my brother about it because he participated in the stock market game this year. He gave me some information on how to play the game, and he taught me a lot.
Not just during class time, because as you know, the American market starts in our time midnight at 10 o'clock to 4 a.m. So we actually had to spend our own time at night looking at the stock market. Certainly watch more news, pay more attention to what is happening in the Middle East, because it's basically where all the conflicts are happening that will affect the market in this time.
As a result, I learned that it's very important to analyze the stock when I invested, and and also look at the performance of the stock, is it stable or not. And then at the end of the stock market competition, I didn't sell the stock because I thought it would rise again. It's just a bad idea because it finally decreased the stock value, and then the rank dropped.
Yes, I talked to my father. Although he's not a professional stock market player, but he did give me lots of advice.
Thank you for giving us this generous grant to allowing us to participate in the stock market game.
Thank you. Cheers!